is. Hello and welcome, everybody. We are back here with Fatebreakers Retold, episode 34. No, I do not have a title name for it. Please stop asking. And it's hosted by the Capricorn Demon.
Yes, hello everybody. Welcome back to the Doctor's Eyes launch once more. I am your one and only host, the Capricorn Demon, and welcome back to Fatebreakers Retold, session 34. We're almost down to our 50th episode. We're getting closer and closer.
Ooh. Technically, yeah, episode
Neko, do
52
you
would be a
remember how
year.
many sessions we had in the original campaign?
I don't know, but considering that we went over a year, probably over 100.
It had to be over
Yeah,
at
true.
least 50 because 52 weeks is a year.
Yeah.
So at 100, you would be at 2 years.
I don't remember when OG favorite.
I'm sorry,
Anyway,
my brain does math.
last time we left off on Fatebreakers Retold, Beaker, Bervigi, Lucy, and Arya find themselves trapped in a prison just outside of Sut on a small island. Piper had left them to rot as he takes their stuff and sell to the highest bidder. The four heroes sneakily make their way through the guards by releasing the inmates and causing a prison riot. Once again, they dress like guards in order to safely leave the prison for mainland. Once back in Sut, the four heroes sneakily continue to pursue Piper in hopes of getting their stuff back. At one point, Piper exits the carriage he is riding in and tells the rest of the guards to stay and watch over it. The two guards he has side by side with him bring a big heavy box with them containing the stolen magic items. Then, the truth is revealed as Piper makes the two guards crumble into rock, as his form changes as well, revealing him not to be Piper but rather a changeling. The party confront the thief and claim back their stolen items. They are interrupted by the real Piper and Veronica, who close off any escape routes. They assure the party that they have no knowledge of who the thief was targeting, but that they've been trying to figure out who was behind taking up their likeness. They take the changeling away and let the party have their belongings. Meanwhile, Max attempts to try and find the rebel army he heard of from Marigood and Bolventor back in Lytera, and the bit of information he got from the bartender back in the Boiling Isles. Through a long day of searching around the southern reaches away from Sut, Max has no luck with any signs of life. He goes to a checkpoint and asks the man on watch if he's seen a group of people passing by. He confirms he has, as well as a caravan that they were following that just pulled into Sut. Max heads off to meet the individuals coming down from the caravan, an important trio to the Bloodspade organization. He recognizes one of the three tieflings, the tallest one named Skylar, who greets him, though he is interrupted by the ever so hot headed mechanical one named Gale, who frowns him as the two draw weapons on each other. The shortest one, Angela, redirects the two of their attentions as they head for a meeting with Cervantes. Max makes haste and follows them close behind, finding a large array of warehouses that contain the Bloodspade's armory. Cervantes meets with Angela, a long best friend, who shared with him a new shipment of turrets, as well as plans for a large mechanical cannon capable of destroying whole cities. Max takes what he sees and escapes, but not before running into the rebel army, who have been also watching the meeting. Max meets Theo, Titania, Toro, and three humans who make up the small rebel army. Elsewhere, Incubi begins to enter an arena in a tag team bout with a muscular, tall human woman named Crimson. They battle two veterans of the arena, Dr. Thunderbaum and Madame Poison, to which they make light work of both of them. As they get their hand raised in victory, Ink is stunned and paralyzed as Sammy and Tiana confront him and take him in. Which now leads us back with Ink, as you are currently bound and being taken by carriage with Sammy and Tiana.
Bound up, tied up, chained up.
You have shackles on your wrists and on your ankles. You're unable to cast any sort of magic at the moment.
Shit.
I don't do magic though.
What was that?
I don't do magic though.
And that polymorph?
Wasn't casted. Wasn't casted with verbal or somatic components. They can just do that.
Either way, your powers are restricted.
Yeah,
I know.
anti-magic shackles do state other magical effects, so
Okay.
Mhm.
Oh, wait, hold on. Does that include changeling forms?
Yes.
I was about to say, is that if that includes racial features? Because I remember Lucy used
Oh.
theirs.
Yeah,
unfortunately, according to the book's description, psionics is a form of magic and is affected by anti-magic things.
Oh, I wasn't talking about
So-
psionics. I was talking about like racial abilities, like changelings, for example, and their alter self.
so their shape change would be suppressed, Flunky?
That is a magical effect and would be suppressed.
All right,
Yep.
cool.
Ah.
They're that tall, gangly ass warped changeling then. Just their neck craned inside the carriage.
You have your own little carriage as they bring you over to a clearing in within the stronghold, and they at least release you of the shackle around your neck, to which you could convert back to your usual form. Ink.
Someone did their homework. How'd you know it's all in the neck? They still have those hyper dilated eyes and that very, very wide smile.
Tiana's gonna inject some drugs into your neck, and go ahead and roll me a con save.
Cool. Because just ask, might as well ask, since ink is already a druggie. Do I get
You get
any
no
bonus?
advantage.
Damn. Well, worth a try. Let's 22.
So you are not paralyzed, but you still get the secondary effects of the drug, and that is that you feel woozy, and your initial hyperness begins to dwindle.
uh, didn't think we'd bring party favors.
There, are you all right now? Are you back with us? Sammy says, and just starts like smacking you in the face a little bit, make you wake up and kind of get the bloodlust out of you.
Reach into my pocket and just give me one of my smokes.
They give you a smoke, and then they light it for you.
There we go. All right. I'm better. I'm better.
You get a very aggressive bonk to the head that almost makes you fall forward by Tiana.
Sorry about getting some
And that will be the
whiplash.
last time. And that will be the last time you enter my arena.
How? Hey, it was in. I was told it was in pretty much anything goes.
But I do not accept any sort of rule breaks, especially one from someone who can't control themselves. It was a non-lethal bout, and you were about to kill.
Were they? Are they dead? I. Mm,
She grabs you
how
by
would
the
you
neck. Do not argue with me, you little pest.
at least choke me in the right way? God. Right?
She is not going to do that, as you're going to feel your windpipe getting crushed. Make me another con save. All right, you're only going to take about half of this damage.
All right. Go ahead.
So just 8 points of damage.
8 points.
Mm-hmm.
Huh.
She is a very muscular woman, and she has you around from your neck, and you are currently off your feet as you feel your windpipe slowly getting crushed.
Hold on. Come on, I've suffered worse than that back home. Now, can you let me go for a second?
She reluctantly does it as you fall to the ground on your hands and knees.
The way I'm seeing it, I admit, I got a little overexcited. But again, no one's dead. I specifically knocked out the guy when I was told to.
That may be so, and yet whatever beast you took form of, am I to assume that you wouldn't have eaten him while he was on the ground?
Did I attempt to eat him? In fact, if you remember, I grabbed him with my jaws and did no such thing. You're only going off a very baseless accusation.
No, I think our accusations are, from what you're saying, are valid, considering that we've have studied your kind a little bit more
What is
closely as of recently.
with all this speciesism here? Your kind?
Do you want to know what we're talking about?
Fine. We'll discuss the arena thing later.
Tiana grabs you by the chains in between your shackles as you get dragged along. You're starting to feel like this is definitely like a kind of scenario that you've experienced before. This sort of helpless feeling that you're not
in control.
Mm-hmm.
They obviously look in a pissy mood.
Well, especially Tiana, because number one, that's her arena, and number two, she has strict rules, bro.
I was never told I couldn't turn into T-Rex, and I killed no one. They're again very baseless. So shut the fuck up, you whore.
Uh-huh.
Keep your
Anyway,
well,
Jesus
keep your
Christ, why the
tech thing shut.
Godzilla and King Kong animation there?
Oh, because we were talking about another character that I had.
No, I
hop
know. I
on
just
first.
caught up with
Yeah.
I just caught up with
Please. Fucking Max is the one who holds them accountable for even things they didn't do. So shut up. Silence. Anywho, annoyed goth is being shuffled along.
Yep. And you, as they drag you along, you come across a small array of cages, and you see maybe about a couple of changelings in them. But specifically, from the looks of them, they're changelings that came directly from the heart of the world, same as you.
Well, guess I'm a trendsetter.
Oh, hey. I think I remember that one.
And just speaking of which, and just coming in from the other side is Piper and Veronica, as they bring in a new changeling. But instead of throwing him into a cage, they throw him into a room, to which Piper walks in there immediately right after.
And you're bringing me here, why?
Because just to show you that we've been doing our research is all. And then you hear
Cool.
that changeling from within that got thrown into that room start letting out these cries of agony.
The more the same. What is this?
Again,
Your
it's not again, just like we discussed back in our initial meeting, it's not every day that we get to experience something that's straight from the heart of the world.
So what are you gonna do? Blend us up and make a smoothie out of us?
Well, that is something that we could let Piper and Violet do as a new experiment. The other uh, changelings, as upon hearing that, begin to crawl into corners in their own respective cages.
Boy, I would have been more indignant at one point, but I've been so disillusioned with how things work out here that this seems relatively tame. What, you think changelings aren't persecuted back home too?
I mean, what you think about us is kind of irrelevant, considering, as like you said, you know nothing of us and we know nothing of you. So really, what is the expectations there, really?
Fair enough. I guess I would have at one point expected better, but I guess was young and naive. No.
Well, let's simply say that you know your role, Tiana says as she lifts you up from the shackles, and we may go ahead and just carry out this arrangement of ours. So that way there is no issues.
And just a reminder, since I'm getting a feeling we're on different signals, the arrangement is.
Well, you still have to discuss those terms with Violet now, don't you?
Yeah. I was gonna wait till tomorrow to do that, but I guess we're doing it now.
No, Violet is busy now, unfortunately, so it will have to be tomorrow.
Alright, well, I'm just gonna go get some rest, clean off the blood, probably get some actual fun drugs. So why don't I just.
Before they let you off, quote unquote, they bring you over to a trap door. And when they open it, you see what appears to be a waterway and fast flowing water, basically, as they take off the shackles from around your ankles and your wrists. Be seeing
Wow.
you. And don't come back to my arena. You hear me? And she drops you in there.
I just. Alright, I'm in a sewer.
Kind of, yeah. Well, for now it's clean water up until it gets to like the halfway point. It's like a very rough,
So it's
unsaturated. It's like a very rough, unsaturated water slide, as it literally leads you to the pigsty right behind the tavern.
Oh,
Uh, you know, I have a feeling I have to get back at them for this.
Mm-hmm. You are covered in things that will not be disclosed for the sake of Jiraki's stream.
fertilizer.
Fertilizer, mud,
Fertilizer.
and some gruel for the pigs to eat. Some feed.
Oats, brother.
And human bones.
Bones. Yeah, there's got to be some
Yes,
bones
let's
in this.
let's not forget about the human bones, because I ate his liver with some fava beans and a nice Chianti.
I gotta do the. There you go.
I don't know if that picked up on the mic.
All
Anyway,
right, fine. I cast polymorph on myself.
Oh no.
what you turn into?
Oh, probably a bird.
You
Bad?
transform into a bird. Okay,
Yeah, I'm a bird.
what are you gonna
Just
do,
gonna.
bird?
I'm gonna fly back to where we're staying so I can get a bath.
I told you you're literally right behind it.
Yeah, but I'm not going through the fucking front door like this.
Oh, okay. Well, that
Fly
makes sense.
like a bird, I wanna fly away.
Yeah, let me just go covered in. Let me just
Oh my
go
god.
covered in that.
Guys, ink is literally a shitbird.
I thought we couldn't say the word on stream.
Oh, Ink, you don't look any different from the normal.
How's leading that army, General?
It's an AT plus channel, you're fine.
We can say shit, scatological, things of that nature.
I like that one.
Scatological.
Scatological.
Good luck with your powerful rebel army, General. I salute you as I fly. As in character, Ink just flies up to the window of the room and.
I will say, what
Huh.
I said wasn't in character. So if you said that in character, it doesn't make any goddamn sense. Which
I know.
tracks for Ink?
They say a lot of crazy shit. Don't worry.
Anyway, let's go ahead and just continue. We're gonna wrap things up here on this night with Benny.
Who isn't here? Oh, wait, there they are.
I'm about to say, Benny is literally right here joining us,
They're so silent.
as Benny usually is, which is no issue.
Why aren't they playing the rogue?
Benarif. Stagif.
They typing.
Yeah, I see it.
They explode.
You're enjoying what is a very nice day of just simply talking over with your boss, or the one who's hired you for your for maid duties, Paldorf. How much do you want to know about the cult, Benarif?
Well, I mean, I want to know plenty about that cult, since considering they took me and everything, so want to know what's going on about it. Or I guess, yeah, I guess that's what I'm looking. That's what I'm looking for.
Well, for an old man that has lived as long as me, I must tell you that I have seen greatest of empires grow as well as collapse. How many empires to be exact? Well, I guess time is different for everybody. What feels like a dozen could simply be a, a handful to even that of elves.
Yeah, I think I don't know. If you ask me, I think Elvin Living's a little tad long for my liking. But I don't know. I feel like you could still count empires on your. You said you're about 101 or so. I feel like you could still count empires on a hand for that.
Well, if I had to put a number, it'd definitely be in the double digits, though I just can't remember exactly at this current moment.
All right, but yeah, I guess I just wanted to know what exactly you knew about the cult. If it had a name, for one.
They simply called themselves the Order of the End.
Yeah, of course it did.
I mean,
Yeah, I guess that makes sense.
it it does, especially for when I first discovered them, because from what history has recorded, about the heart, it was the beginning, and many predict in both the historic sense and the religious sense that it is also the end for all of us eventually, where life was birthed by the heart itself. It will also take back what it has given.
So I think you may have mentioned it, but the cult cult originated. Seems like it originated somewhere in the heart then, or has connections to the heart.
It was not from the heart, nor did it have connections to the heart. It the Order of the End became what it was because a merry band of travelers were able to break through that cursed barrier and saw things that no other person has seen before, horrors that are simply described as unimaginable. Some may go mad, but to the few of them that didn't go mad, or at least insane, they decided to organize and thus prepare to be the sole survivors for when the end does come. At least that's what their words say, from last I remember.
Okay, well, it seems like I wiped out a whole sect of them. But you did. But you mentioned that they still have.
That arena was just one of their operations. They've had other ways of gaining new members and continuing worship to whatever it is that they've prayed to and have predicted for the future.
Yeah, which horrible to hear, but I guess that adds a gold. What I'm doing is to destroy that too. Then ain't nothing.
He nods.
Nothing good can come from something called Order of the End. I think thinking it's in just about anyone's best interest for that.
They've taken a lot of your best years from you, it seems.
Yeah, I don't know
At
about
least that,
best years. I don't
well,
know about
once
best
you,
years, but it was. I don't know if I'd say my best years are behind me. They might be, but that's fine.
well, then again, one's youth is something to cherish. Over here in Flargos, it's always been a battle to try and stay on top of someone else. As they say, even in during my olden times, in a more modern slang, Big fuck small.
Yeah. Modern slang.
In other words, you always have to be the top man, the man.
Yeah, at least top enough. In my case.
Well, last I recall, you grew up in Detroit, did you not?
No, actually, I didn't really. Well, I guess I did for the first few years. When the whole cult business happened, then I sort of meandered on over to Lytera eventually. I think I ended up in Lytera when I was 16. So I've honestly spent more than half my life over Lytera anyways.
And how old are you now again?
36.
Definitely more like Terran. You definitely own that mark.
Yeah, and then out of some of the years in Naturia, I wouldn't even count the full time amongst them, since that's its own horrible little slice.
You were never part of that cult. I would not even consider you a part of that cult. You were a victim.
No,
That's what you were.
I know. I'm not talking about being a part of it. I mean, my time there is. I wouldn't count that being in Naturia, since that's not what Naturia is like. The horrible situation. But well, if I know talking about it might be annoying. And I know I guess I'm employed, but if you have anyone to write down, I suppose what y'all might know about this group, because it like like a lot of other things, like the Mage of Darkness and everything that the calamities that are happening right now. It's something that threatens not just isn't a threat just to me or something terrible for me, but it's something that threatens everyone. So again, I think it's in everyone's best interest that we all share what we know and do what we can to make things a little better for every one of us. Wouldn't you agree?
Big sigh. Well, I'm trying my best with the remaining years that I do have. Although the assistance that I provide is not really much to repent for the past that I've had, that I created with my own two hands, but just more so to just maybe leave a better memory in someone else's mind.
Mm. I think it's a nice thing, honestly. And
Because I understand that your friends, especially Maxilon, do not take so kindly to the others.
no, I ain't really incredibly surprised. I think it's a lot of, in a sense, clashing horns.
To be fair, that's
Max grew up a noble, so he's got a whole bunch of pride to him. Even if it's he's humble, but there's still pride there. And as for the others, as well, between being confrontational and this and that, it ain't the best of situations to be negotiating in. But we really kind of got to do with what we do.
even so, their development over their years is mostly due to my influence, especially when I was younger. I found most of them on the streets as orphans. Others were victims of gang wars that I also took in. I taught them everything, and I made them realize their potentials. Though at the time it was to grow a business, whether legitimate or not, also that they could thrive and live for themselves by the time I'm gone. Though I fear that I might have influenced them a bit too much, because now, where I still live, they have some sort of drawback, some sort of restraint. The second that I'm put 6 feet into the ground, I fear that there might be no He takes a moment before taking a long drag of the drink that you had prepared for him and yourself. Sorry, just dwindling on the mistakes of a foolish man.
No, I guess seeing mistakes is um, not that you're a big man, Haldor, older man, so makes sense, or at least it's plenty of folks get real old and they never see the mistakes or errors of their ways in their life. So there's that. I think maybe a conversation between maybe having a conversation, since in the same way a few of the folks that I'm with here maybe haven't had I suppose a clash like this. I can tell that they ain't like being challenged, since I can tell that the folks in this family of yours ain't like being challenged, in sort of in myriad of ways. So maybe a conversation might be in order at some point.
Very few pieces of advice that they still take from me. They do respect my wisdom, though they are making their own choices already. Have so for quite a long time.
Yeah, but I think I guess now that it's a different little situation, and there's folks out here, things are happening, so maybe they haven't taken advice from you in a minute, but maybe things are different. Maybe the things are different right now.
Perhaps. And he goes ahead and he grabs his cane and stands up. Perhaps for now it might be best that we call it a night, Benaref.
Oh, of course. It's kind of a bit of an odd look. Taking a look over and seeing if his glass is empty.
It is.
Yeah. Well, if it is, she'd go ahead. What's called she'd go ahead and she'd finish hers about. She'd kind of keep pace with him. So when he finished his, she'd finish the rest of hers off. But she'd take the glass. She'd take her glass along with his. I'll go and drop these off then. And if anything else that's around here, but need any help with anything else before I go on?
He takes a moment to look up at the moonlight beaming in through the trees before turning back around to you, and he says, "No, nothing that needs to be arranged or fixed at the moment, Benaref. Just thank you for listening to this old man and giving him peace of mind."
Yeah, of course. That ain't nothing from me. You have yourself a good night, Master Pauldorf. Again, it's kind of a bit of a nod, and I also appreciate you looking into and telling me about this and that and answering some questions. But same time tomorrow then, or
He
something
nods and
else?
gives you a bow.
All right.
Indeed.
I'll see you then. And you go ahead and make your way out, leaving the glasses kind of wherever they're supposed to be left. I'm assuming there's a thing for
Yeah, they
dishes
do have a
or
yeah, they do have a
yeah.
kitchen. You could just go take there and clean them real quick before you leave.
Yeah, just kind of a quick wash with a sigh at a bit of comfort to the menial work that she'd gotten used to over the years before actually leaving the estate essentially, and heading on over to well this hotel that they're staying at.
Yep. It's kind of really strange because the way that everybody comes back is first off, the first ones to come back to the tavern would be Lucy, Beaker, Bervigi, and Arya, who are just extremely tired and annoyed by the events of tonight. Then comes Max with an entourage of 6 behind him. Ink coming down from what appears to be having to just wash up with wet hair and a towel around their shoulders. And then finally Benny, who had the most normal night of anyone else, just smiles from just having a good conversation for majority of this day.
Oh. So I see you've made friends, Max.
Yeah, what's that all about?
What the fuck has happened, everyone?
The small, yeah.
Long story.
We are the rebellion, and Tora immediately covers her mouth.
Yeah.
Did
Meet the rebel army.
6 people.
She blinks
You got
twice
to be
in quick
fucking.
succession. There's
Yeah. 6. Yep, you've counted correctly. That is the correct number.
You've got to be joking me.
Okay, well,
No.
maybe keep it down then, if that's the fucking case.
Yeah,
let's
no
let's
offense. Yelling
we
out
should
and
we
announcing
should talk
that
in our room.
Yeah, Beaker looks up, looks at Max's army, and says, "It's nice to have dreams, Max." And then lays their head back on the table.
Like, let's well, we should talk about it in the room.
Yeah, let's private discussion, please.
Emerald comes on. And she goes, if you guys want a private room, you could go ahead and use the cellar.
Oh,
why are you trying to lure us into your cellar?
I just assumed that there was nobody else in the common room so that we could advance the story, but we can go into
Yeah, no,
another room if that works too for everybody else.
It's late. It's late at night. You know, you guys are literally like one of the few that are still out and about. But yeah, the common room has been emptied out. Everyone's either sleeping or they've gone away to do like some night shift or some shit.
It's just easier to have it in like a cellar in case somebody does walk by.
And also, it's be bigger because unfortunately the rooms are not going to be able to hold all of you, considering that you have an additional 6 with you.
fair enough.
Yeah.
Here we go.
Also, Max, I have a thing to talk with you about later.
So you guys go around the bar, and you all begin descending down into the cellar. Oh wow, I could go for a drink. I do not believe we are here to drink, Theo.
So who's so
Yeah,
you
who's
guys?
who's in charge?
Yeah.
Well, I think that'd be Miss Theo here.
Do you want to speak as your character, or am I doing a good job with your character so far?
Oh God, no! You're butchering the accent. You're not doing anything correctly.
Okay, just
You know, you could have said something.
damn, you didn't
I
have to
thought
hit him that hard.
I didn't. I don't know what the character's going to say because you have different story plans. So I was letting you do it.
Well, I told you to give me like what kind of character they were like, so that way I could get like, you know.
And I thought I did. I thought I
No,
did.
you didn't. You just said a short gremlin fucking dragonborn.
Yeah.
Maybe
That's
she's
not even-
putting on.
She's also Greek, if that helps.
Why?
Oh
What is
boy, a Greek accent. Oh, for fuck's sakes.
Fantasy Greek.
Yeah, but still, I gotta try to
Just
think of something now.
just make up something. I usually go for Eastern European. You hit the T's hard. It's fine.
Okay. What's her full name again? Theo what?
Theophania.
Well,
But
I
if
am.
if you do the shortened version, she says Tio. You don't do the H. It's fucked up, I know.
Yes, I know how the Eastern Europeans speak.
Yeah, Jiraki, let me get you some fucking pictures, my big dog.
And we
Well,
got her
I
started.
well, I am Theophanie. I am the leader.
So, can I ask you something, Theo? Can I call you Theo?
Yes.
Wait, where are you getting Theo? It's Tio.
Hold on.
Is Theo? Theo?
I kind of want to answer this one. If we're
Okay.
doing just like interpersonal talk,
Fine. Just let him. He's gonna keep. Just let her. Sorry. Just let her, cause they need it.
I need it so
She
bad.
needs it.
I need it so bad.
Just
Well, then
just
fucking
let
do
her.
it.
Do
I
it.
was-
Oh my
it was
gosh,
just my
she
job
is
to
a
introduce the
lover of
character.
one.
Okay, go.
You could have stepped
this
in and
so
asked us
much.
like, can I voice my own character? I could have been just fine with that.
Okay, I just need like background notes from you.
Okay,
DM
background
him.
notes. Well, okay, well,
It's a
go.
different world. Just like some. You can
Yes.
DM him.
DM them
DM
to me.
him. Yes. For now.
Not here to.
Okay.
This is the
Tio,
individual
right?
we're talking to, chat. Look at that smug ass grin.
No, it's Theo. You say Theo.
Tio.
Oh, close.
Okay.
Theo. No, it's a little extra emphasis. Theo.
All right.
Almost.
Theo.
I'll work.
It's good. It's good. You did good. You got close.
Okay. Back to my original question that I think it's important to establish. When did you decide to kick off this, and they're doing quotes, revolution?
It was about 2 years ago.
Okay.
Okay. Okay.
And in that time,
Yes.
specifically, what have you accomplished?
Oh, guerrilla tactics. We have run raids on supply caravans. We have worked on interrupting the works of Iris. Lots of things. Lots of things.
All right.
Uh-huh.
Small
to
hit and
hear.
runs, I imagine.
I'm with you on that. I know a bit of that stuff. But what's like? Have you? Obviously, I heard from Max you don't have the numbers, but what
We
is
have
one
the
of your
same numbers
big?
as you. You have big plants. We have same numbers.
Yeah, I was going to say we're talking. We gave a real impression, but I think it's mostly because of the we had an assumption. Well, we're doing shit too, and it's just as much with us as it is with them.
Okay.
Fucking nice, Neko. Hold up.
Yeah, we have the
What?
same idea. Just
Hold
put
on,
the
I'm sending
chicken
notes
in
right
the
now, so I'm not
sandwich.
reading shit.
Can't have either.
What?
What?
All right, back to the war plan. I assume we have a nice table we can all sit at in this.
I would assume there's a table.
Yeah. Okay, so mostly hit and run, guerrilla. Have you done any infiltrations? Gotten information, anything like that?
I have some informations. But why should I help you?
Because we're here to help you.
Ooh, are you here to help me, or am I here to help you?
We can help each other.
help-
Let's stop dancing around the bush.
Yeah, I think
That
it's a
is,
two-way
that is
street.
not a that's not a saying people say. It's beating around the bush. Dancing around the bush? Weird. That's not something people
Listen,
say.
I've had a hell of a night. I'm very agitated.
Oh, right. You're a Frostnerian. You say odd things. It's fine. It's fine.
What the fuck is that supposed to mean?
He
That's
immediately squints at her.
Like,
Wow,
what the
that-
Yeah,
All right,
that's
all
that's
right.
about how I remember things.
Okay,
Like, what-
seriously, Lucy, what is with your country and the speciesism here?
Oh, trust me, Frostnir's worse.
No, I was going to
They
say
have a point.
Frostnir sort of does deserve it, so let's not.
I know, but
What the
shit.
fuck did I do to all of you? I've been nothing but nice.
You ain't
It's
done.
not
you ain't done
you.
shit. It's
They were
Frostnir.
saying it. You're fine. You're beautiful. They just did it to Bravigi, which is a profiling that they even know they're Frostniran.
The word you're looking for is xenophobia.
Either way, like
Okay, thank you very much, you small blue kobold.
You're welcome. I'm a dragonborn.
yeah, they're dragon.
There's no fucking way you're a dragonborn.
Well, I am.
No,
Have you-
no.
That's-
I've seen Dragonborn that are small and really big.
Yeah,
It's kind of common here.
look at their spines.
Okay,
There's
well, again,
there's dichotomy in the species. It's fine.
Also, she's quite looking at the legs. Yeah,
I'll kill
thick.
you.
Either way,
You wouldn't-
let's
Incubi, if I
moving
do,
forward,
if I
let's
do,
get one thing straight. Yes, I may be from there, but no, I am not one of them. I actually
Incubi,
hate
even
that place, so therefore, no.
Incubi, behave yourself, please. You do understand that Boventor and Marigold told us that it was two leading the quote unquote rebellion, right? Her and the taller one.
Yeah, where is the taller one?
She's standing right next to her, obviously. That's her wife, Titonia.
That's his wife.
hot.
Sorry, I should have introduced you sooner. This is my wife. My wife.
Am I also to do an
My
Eastern?
My
wife.
Eastern European?
My wife.
My wife.
My wife, just the tea.
I am the wife, Titonia.
Hot. I'm.
And you
Well,
do not
nice to meet you both.
And you do not insult my short wife.
I was complimenting your wife. Let's get back on track, Max.
Oh, okay. One point.
What?
Titonia is a lot quicker to anchor than I am, so. And would not want to do that.
I got tossed.
Oh, look at that! Someone to actually compete against your angers. Looks to both Max and Lucy.
I think that's unfair.
All right.
Either way, yes, we're trying to help each other. What is your plans here?
Yes, give us an.
Do you even have a plan? No, you don't.
Just
I
DM
asked
it.
what the rebels' plans are here.
See, of course, I have a plan. We infiltrated the meeting between Skylar. What's her name? It doesn't matter at the point, but they have a weapon which we plan to steal, and
Now
we're going
you're
to
speaking
use it
my
against
language.
Iris.
Well,
That's
that
pretty
Max, what-
bold.
Max,
This
what are they
weapon can.
talking about?
I was overlooking the meeting myself. It was Skylar. Let me check the recap.
Skylar, Angela, and Gail are their names.
Thank you very much. It
Oh.
was Skylar, Angela, and Gail. They're
Names.
tieflings. They're pretty big in the community. Skylar's an architect. Gail is
That poor man.
pretty respected artificer. But they met a representative from the
Mage of Flame or
no. What's their gang name?
Oh, the Bloodspades?
Bloodspades.
The Bloodspades. Thank you. They met a representative from the Bloodspades.
our new best friends.
Well, who was it?
Who was it?
Cervantes.
It was they met Cervantes.
All right, are they?
I'm telling you that this weapon has the power to level cities.
Cool. And we're gonna steal it and level a city.
We're not going to level a city.
So
We're
are gonna destroy it
We are going to steal it.
and destroy it.
Okay.
But in the words of the rebels, we're gonna try and use the same city-destroying super weapon to destroy the capital and Iris.
Okay.
Nope. Hold
We're
on.
just
Small dispute on that, Theo. In fact, if we could do this as quiet as possible, if we could just, shift one thing to the right, no more Iris, that'd be great. I'd prefer not to level a city.
I kind of agree with Max. That's not a good thing if you're intending to overthrow a government, is to piss off the people under them.
No, Philos, no, you don't. We don't want to level a city. We want to blow a part of a wall and get in.
Well,
Okay,
maybe
but
blow up a building or two.
Okay, but that's also quite dangerous. Because what if people are on the other side of that wall?
Yeah, that's a lot of collateral, and as someone who
No. It's okay. We might just be 6, but we have contacts. We can clear areas. Right?
It is clear. It is clear that we have might. I, Toro, say that we should.
Not now.
It's good plan. I'm building you up.
Rodriguez just got to raise a hand.
It's good plan.
Yes. Bravigi? Yes. Okay. Yes.
The tall one, the tall goblin, speak.
How tall is Iris's tower?
Her tower. It is the main focus of Emberheart. It is. So it's currently in the Emerald Palace. It rises several stories above the rest of the city, but there's no guarantee she'll be in there. We have to go in, learn her schedule, know where she's going to be.
We can do that,
but we have a rough idea.
Okay.
As the yearly Rings of Fire tournament begins soon.
Oh, the Rings of Fire tournament.
Right. Cool.
Hell, I've even heard of that.
Okay.
God, I'd even compete in that. Are you kidding me?
I already had a bad. Listen, I already had a bad experience at the arena, so I'm gonna avoid that. I'm going back to the bomb.
You mean the weapon?
The big.
Well, it must be only easy way to get inside.
It's a gun.
It's a gun. Okay.
How
big gun. It's portable.
Okay. Let me understand this. You want to steal this gun?
Yes.
And shoot what? Let's establish that.
There will be a moment at the end of the Rings of Fire tournament
Uh-huh.
where Aris comes out to congratulate the victors. That
Uh-huh.
is our opportunity. That is our spot. She will come out on the promenade. She will make her speech. And then she's gone.
Okay,
Wait, whoa!
that's assassination.
She's Lucy's like caught off guard by this. Like, you're gonna shoot her with it?
In Flargos, might makes right. If I have
No,
big gun,
I'm 100% aware of might makes right. I come from here. I just
Is it
wow.
Is it too
It's-
underhanded for
Oh.
you, Lucy?
it is
I'm
loud.
just surprised.
It
Like,
is
I'm just
public.
surprised that. Whew. Okay, but
Breathe
what
in
if on the off chance she survives?
or
Have you
counters
ever
it.
tried to? Have you ever tried to fight a mage hand to hand? Because I have. It doesn't work.
You've tried to fight
You
the mage
need-
hand to hand.
You need something overwhelmingly powerful to kill a mage.
Well, specifically
Overwhelmingly.
these ones.
Okay, as much as it is, listen, I'm down with the manifesto as the next cool person, but I think we're thinking a little narrow-minded here.
Exactly. She's
You're
probably gonna have
intending-
guards, have ways of counteracting giant fuck off things flying towards her.
Okay, no,
Well,
Bravik.
it's more of a beam of light, and we set it up on like a balcony, and then, pop, she's gone. Easy.
Am I the only one thinking ahead here?
No,
No,
you're
don't-
not.
don't make
You're
it
just
No.
thinking possibly
Okay.
somebody, one of us, wins the tournament, gets on her good side, then we could go from there.
Okay,
Well,
And
we
then you
I'm not-
lure her into her chambers and attack her with a butt knife? What's your plan?
my
Uh,
okay.
I have a large understanding of
off-
how some mages work, actually.
Does it involve butt knives? Are you going to pull a knife out of your butt as you seduce her? Like,
No, I'm
What-
going to steal the source of her power.
I'm just-
don't do that.
I'm just
Yeah,
getting
no. Braviki, I think you're misunderstanding. Understanding mages is one thing, but these 4 mages are more or less on
demigod.
something separate.
Brevigi, the 4 mages do not have a source of power. They are their own power.
Then what's the deal with the whole heart thing?
Okay. Listen to me, Brevigi. They have focals. Yes? Each mage has a crystal. The Mage of Fires, the Mage of Flame, Iris. Hers is buried deep within the volcano that the whole grand city is built on. Don't do that. Bad idea.
Big boom.
Releasing that much energy, breaking the crystal, stealing it, whatever. If you move it, you touch it, anything. Iris knows, continent sinks. Bad idea. You kill
So-
Iris, somebody else steps in as successor. It is.
Okay. All right.
I
Hold
do
on.
remember
Now,
that if you, I think if I remember correctly, you could also. It's been a bit. But besting Iris could also lead into. Like besting Iris could also lead into that same position of power.
That's what I just said.
okay.
Oh, you kill
Yeah.
Iris, successor steps up.
Who?
Look, I have me. I have real plans for this country.
Okay. Okay. Now this is feeling like we're just taking out one tyrant to put another.
You haven't
Dad.
heard. No, you haven't even talked to me. You haven't heard my ideas. You know,
So,
in this country.
it's
No, you shut up now. That's what you do. You know, in
Yeah.
this country, might makes right. And I have been on the bottom rung for a long time. A long
Ugh.
time.
Don't I know that feeling?
And I want to change that. If I manage to take this place, if you help me, I can make this place good. It doesn't have to be death pits and fighting all the time, we can actually do good.
Okay. Has anyone ever considered the fact that we talking about this? What about the actual country, not the mage? How would the actual country feel about their leader who's kept things the way they like it for God knows how long? And then we just assassinate them and put someone on the thing that just wants to reform everything. Has anyone
I
stopped to
mean,
think of what the
Isn't
Yeah,
that
people
kind of
think really
Fargos's
that's
whole deal?
yeah,
that is our
you
whole
are
country.
might makes right, and if I'm the mightiest, I can choose what's right.
When you
Also,
when you're the strongest, you make the rules.
And
also,
that's
Ink, just to say for a second, where are you from, and where am I from? Where are the rest of us from? I know that Lucy's from here, but you're saying, what do the people here think? You were talking to someone who lives here, who's currently doing something about it because they don't like it.
I get
Also,
it.
I apologize for
But
earlier. I didn't know moving the thing would cause an explosion.
No, you're fine. It's not well-known knowledge.
okay,
It's a
just
whole
hear me
fucking
out.
thing.
Hear me out on this one. Before we start rushing assassination plots,
I am open to ideas.
why
This is
don't
what
we
I've
get it?
come up with. I have gotten 6 people here to this point, and I've joined up with you. Yes, I'm open to
How about
ideas.
Actually,
how
I actually also want to know how the fuck this came to be. Like, we were looking for you. That was the thing. We were looking for you for the past couple towns now.
Well,
So
that was one of our side missions on
I
this
know,
quest right now,
I know,
coming
I
into
know,
Flargos.
I know it was a goal. One of our goals was to meet y'all. How the fuck did that happen? Like, just kind of looking over at Max.
I got tired of sitting around.
Well, if we
And what, you found him under a rock? How the
were
fuck
you
this
alle- were you,
happened?
were you
I looked.
were you seen?
you? Yeah, that's a good.
By not in the outskirts. I was seen by Skylar, Gale, and Angela, but
So you
I'm sure they wrote that off, and I wasn't in the company of these folks at the time.
Oh, not again, please, Max. Please at
I
least
don't actually
tell
know
me.
who the fuck those people are. But all right, that didn't really incredibly answer the question, but it's fine.
So they know you're here.
No, nobody knows these people are here.
Do
I
they
am
know?
the
No,
sketty
They
wife.
know you, Maxilon Zarestri, is here.
well, they knew that from the first time we entered the city. It's clear that the Bloodspades have knowledge. They've pinned a note to my door last night. They know I'm here.
Why would they
Okay.
waste the...
It's
Anyway,
yeah, it's not a very difficult situation. We gave our name down at the wall. We're the only outsiders in this fucking country to be here in a long ass time, and we're here in this hotel. It doesn't take very much to. It doesn't even
That's
take very much
All right.
particular sleuthing.
yeah. It's not like Angela Lansbury's on the case.
also, not
It was a
to
very
be a
fun
little
topical
paranoid, but
reference.
does anyone here actually have ways of identifying if we're being watched?
Oh, I do.
You do.
Well, yes, you don't get to be the leader of a secret army. And yes, I know that was greatly exaggerated. We did that on purpose.
Call your Secret Strike Force.
So I'll ask.
Well, as far as anybody
No
else
one's
knows,
watching.
there's 100,000 barbarians in the hills. That's the purpose of this.
I mean,
Subterfuge.
I can respect the hustle of misinformation, but anywho, how can you find if we're being eavesdropped right now?
Magic.
Just
And
do you do jazz hands?
she does little jazz hands when she says it.
I
Lucy's
that
kind of like, yeah, there's that Flargos charm.
that is
So can you
okay.
do that
Fine.
now, or I mean,
Yeah,
honestly, we're
because
kind of
I
just
have
discussing plans, and I'm being a little paranoid.
Truly the smooth one in the entire group.
Right, yeah, she knows real magic, not Jedi mind tricks.
Okay. Well, either or. Can she do her magic to check if we're eavesdropped on?
Yeah,
So
Cap, what do you want me to roll for this? I will roll something, I guess.
that would be Cap rolling.
What's her class?
Oh god, it depends on who you ask.
Okay.
She's currently she's a paladin.
She's a paladin.
Oath of Truth.
Oath of Truth. Okay. I guess for now, just roll me. Do me on roll 20. 1d20 plus. I'll give you a 3 as a modifier.
Oh, she rolled a 5.
Wow,
Oof.
them jazz hands were impressive, though.
It was about the jazz hands, though.
It's all about the jazz hands.
Well, okay. Who's Beaker?
I'll be
All
right back.
then.
Hold on.
Okay.
All right, Beaker. Precious
Yeah.
Metal Boy. Check if we're being watched. You know the good hiding spots.
Don't you have a way of checking too, Wink?
Yeah, but I more specifically am busy here because I have important information to actually share. Can
I'll help you, Beaker.
GM?
Is this
Cap's gone.
Yeah, I was about to say, is this investigation or perception? Because I can roll either to help Beaker out.
Perception.
Okay, I will
Go
roll my
rogue.
perception with Beaker.
All right.
26.
14.
All right. As you peer out of the cellar, there's no one in the common room. Everything's fine. Everything's quiet. You just see Emerald there, just wiping down the countertop. Just don't be looking anywhere that you're not supposed to be looking, you perv.
I am checking for things that could be watching us. So.
And I tell you that you're fine.
All right. I'll just wait for them to get back and tell us. Tits look. Damn it, Benny.
Yeah. Seems everything's clear. Sits back down, kicks feet up.
All right. They clap their hands together. Miss Tio. Is Flunky here? Or they fucking lose?
No, I said I'd be right back, and now I'm back. God damn. Chill.
I'm back.
Sorry, I miss you. With every fiber of my being.
Okay, now I'm back.
Okay. Ink goes, Miss Tio.
Yes?
How would you like some allies?
I mean,
Or allies?
That is why I'm here. That's
because I happen to know where there's some people who might be more inclined to help you out in exchange for things and are in a pretty much a good position to negotiate.
Is it you? Are you not inclined to help me out?
I am.
Because I can search for allies elsewhere, if that's the case.
Helping.
I know. I really don't have time for all this talky bullshit. I have things to do.
Okay, they just suddenly, because they're getting a little frustrated.
She's starting to grow on me.
Suddenly, they just transform back into their real form and slam the table. Listen for a moment.
Ooh, spooky. Is that it?
What he's trying to suggest is that is that we hear what these like we're aware that we're all on a sort of time schedule. When are you guys leaving?
Our business here will conclude in a few days, and then we'll be moving on to the capital of Emberheart.
Okay,
Okay.
I have something to say now. Instead of dicking around with stupid gun ideas.
Oh
Okay.
boy.
Well, we're all ears.
I have seen that some of my own people are being locked in cages here. Changelings being once again treated like cattle. And I don't particularly like that. So I suggest, first of everything, we break them out.
Counterpoint, you fucking do something about it. Everyone is kettle here.
Oh fucking hell.
Now they're starting. Just tendrils just start to peek out of their back.
Ravigi's got to
I'm
raise a
off.
hand.
Okay, Ink, let's just calm down for a second. Let's not try and immediately
That's a
cut off
lie. I'm offering you something, and then you want to insult me?
Yes. You're not the
Okay.
only. You don't have a fucking monopoly on injustice. You don't get to control sadness. Don't. You don't get that. That's not what you fucking get to do. Everything here is bad. You're not the only person suffering.
I
Get
have
over
a
yourself,
counterpoint.
you overinflated bitch.
And now I'm going to cast something.
Don't.
Yeah, Ravigi's just got to
Uh,
shout, I have a counterpoint.
You can see something's. You can see they're preparing a spell.
I think Benny just smacks you.
Benny could smack me, but
Yeah. Think of it this way. They can look like anybody. You could use that. People that can look like anybody infiltrating into anywhere you want to go. Makes a hell of a spy.
Yes, I'm aware. That's why we have Tavern. Disguise self. Easy.
Yes, but and Lucy using her changeling, like being the changeling that she is, shifts into Theo.
you
We
see
don't
our.
like.
You got
I
the
don't
points
think
wrong. It was close. It was close, but good. Good.
at the very I'm still getting used to seeing you, but point being, as she shifts back, changelings don't need to use disguise self.
You know what?
Yes,
Fuck
but
it. Yeah, I changed.
changelings do need to have a level head, and that one does fucking not. You I trust. That one, no. That one stays away.
Okay then, and she's going to stare at Ink. Ink, considering what you and I both are, we can work together to get the changelings out.
I'm.
I mean, I already helped Lucy break out of one prison.
Yeah?
You know what I realize? The only time I ever get listened to is when I finally just do what everyone else says. I tried to bring up one point that kills two birds with one stone, and she insults me. What's stopping me right now from making sure she never talks again?
Your chances of success,
Frankly,
mostly.
11
Us-
blades pointed at you.
Yeah,
pretty
it seems
much.
like kind of seems like everybody is against you.
I think
Okay,
the best thing that we
can
can
we
do
just shut
right
up for a
now.
moment, please?
Also, I did take the hit from Benny, and that's the only reason their spell just fizzled.
Monk.
I think
I'm not gonna.
that just for now, I know you're not fond of this, but for now, I think we at least have a solid idea.
Look,
I am just saying that everyone is under the yoke here. There is no discrimination for who is slave and who is not.
look, Ink.
I want to free everyone. That includes your people. That was part of the plan. But you putting your people above mine? I'm sorry. But my people, right now, the thousands enslaved, the thousands of people like me, they're my priority.
That's a fair point.
Okay.
I would see your people freed when mine are. Because I plan to free everyone.
Hold on, sorry. Give me a second. Just needed a water.
That's fair. Hydrate yourself.
Yeah, fair
You're
enough.
doing
Hydration.
like a rock
Ravig's just gotta break
voice.
the tension and be like, and your policy on foreign people? On foreign nations? He's obviously saying it as a joke, by the way. He's not wanting a serious answer.
No, you're gonna get a serious answer. Look,
Yeah, good job.
Privigi, yes?
Yeah. Sorry, just trying to.
Idris keeps us isolationist, and I know that there are good things the world has to offer. You, just your entire group, like Terrans, Frasnirans, Flagosians, you have all banded together to make something better than your individual parts, and I think that is what the world should be. Yes? It doesn't. We can do good here.
Then they finally have the voice back. No more. All right. Then help me do some good and help me free them. And I will, and I promise this, pledge to this cause. I won't complain. Just help me get them out. That's all I want.
Okay.
And they transform back. Also, maybe just a small apology. And I will
No.
say mine first. I'm sorry I spoke up.
Okay.
I still want an apology back.
Probably not.
Don't.
I am a
Just don't push it.
okay.
That's not. Like,
They take out
okay.
a smoke.
Point. Like another thing that I want to bring up. We should find. Like we should have some sort of way to communicate with each other.
It's not a problem. You all have sending stones, yes?
I have.
He
No,
takes
I
out
haven't.
his sending stone.
We
Okay.
do all have sending stones.
We just
I have.
share
I don't-
frequencies. Not a big deal.
Oh, okay. Well, that makes that a lot easier.
Let's just let them attune to each other for a moment. We can all talk to each other. Not a big deal.
All right. Let me get out my Nokia.
What?
I think they named their sending stone.
Okay. That's
what they're
weird.
called back home.
The more I learn about the
Okay, well, I
Pokemon,
won't.
the more I dread possibly ever going there.
I get the I get the feeling deep within myself that we probably are going to one day. Maybe.
I get the feeling deep within myself that what Ink just said was complete bullshit.
Yes.
Would you like me to roll my deception check?
No.
Give me an excuse.
Sorry, Theo has plus 30 on insight as this NPC.
Okay, GM.
I will
He-
give
well-
everybody a freaking. I'll give them a character sheet. All right, relax.
Anyways, so
Anyways,
your
So-
we all-
your plans. We have various
Also-
moving pieces to figure out.
Okay. You and your team, keep doing what it is you're doing. My 6, we're gonna go steal that gun.
Would you
We know the
like
warehouse it's in.
some of us who are more prone to being stealth and slithering in the dark to help you out with that?
Out of character, I think that an NPC team can do what they need to do without
Bravi's just
That's-
player
offering
interventions, right?
to offer.
That's a cap question right there.
Yeah, I mean that is true, but it's also my campaign, so
Well,
That's fair. That's fair.
like she'll at the very Lucy at the very least was. You'll keep in touch about it, right? Keep us updated.
I will.
Okay, and we'll keep you updated about the changeling situation.
Oh, that sounds good.
I was just asking what, you want our help. What can we do to help?
You can keep the blood spades distracted. That will be the easiest course. The less attention on us, the better it is. We've snuck our way across half the continent.
Lucy, Aria,
Hmm?
as for what we're doing, will you help me free those changelings?
I already said I would.
I said I will be helping you.
I just wanted to ask nicely this time.
Well, I appreciate you asking nicely.
I'm going to ask this question to both you and Arya. Do either of you know how to pick a lock?
No.
Done it a couple of times.
I'm going
Why
with
pick
you.
the lock?
That's
pick
just
the lock
Bravigi
when
not even gotta hear an argument. I'm going with you.
Okay, why pick the lock when I can simply just tell the guard to open the door?
Because sometimes
Sometimes
whatever
that
you're
don't
trying
work.
to do, yes, it doesn't work.
Not when you can make them do what you want.
We don't know what the guards are capable of, so we should be very cautious.
You could always just use knock. Just unlocks things.
Doesn't
Okay,
it
but
also
I'm
make a
pretty sure
large
the
sound?
spell also gives a big ass freaking.
Yeah. Bravigi's just. Doesn't that also make a sound?
Yeah, not. Or we could just do disguises, since, two of us are some of the best disguise wearers ever.
See, or a
Naturally.
lockpick. Or it feels like you're making this hyper complicated for no reason.
Do you want to steal an experimental gun to shoot a mage?
Yes, and I will unlock the door with my lockpicks and then take it. I do not have to pretend to be someone else or tell someone to do it. I will just do it. Very straightforward.
I can also just turn invisible and do it.
Yes,
Yeah.
that's also an option. Lots of
That's-
easier ways.
I'm just.
That said, I definitely do want to get some rest. My magic is a little low after today, or at least my higher level magic is.
Yeah, I think a rest would be good. I have some things to do before tomorrow anyway.
We have
Alright.
at least a starting plan, and I think
Me-
that's good.
Indeed.
Meeting adjourned. Meeting adjourned then.
I believe so.
You guys have places to sleep.
This cellar will do.
I'm
Okay,
sure Emerald would give you a room.
we can pay for rooms. That's
I mean, yeah, I'm fully willing to pay for rooms
Let's-
if no, it's fine. We are. If you insist, then we'll take a room, but I do insist. Okay.
Toro don't need no room.
Your grandmother says hi, by the way.
Yeah, Tora, your grandma sent us here to find you.
Oh yeah, that remind. Yeah. Oh wait,
Yeah,
hold
she
on. There is.
specifically said she wanted us to watch you.
Make sure you were safe. And it sounds like we're gonna involve you in a bunch more shit.
We're gonna.
Why are we worried about Toro?
Because your grandma said so, and she's very nice to me.
And she
She
makes
made me dinner,
fucking amazing food.
He
and
cooked
she.
us a really good fucking dinner, dude.
Yeah, I'm not crossing your
Such is my
grandma.
abue.
Yes, I know she's your abuela.
He said such
That's
is
why
my
we'll keep
abue.
you safe.
What is? Anywho, I want to take a nap. Wait, several naps.
Yeah, it's. I think everyone here has just could agree that we've all been through hell pretty much today.
Mm-hmm.
They just slither out of their chair and start to go back up the stairs.
Are any among the other 6 here a druid? I have a hot question.
Oh, Evangelis. Oh, sorry. Hold on. Oh yes, Evangelis.
Do they have the
I just
ability to just grow random flowers anywhere? I don't know how druid stuff works.
It depends on what you want. You'd have
Simple
to talk
daisy.
to. No, you can get the daisy. Just talk to Evandro.
Which
simply
which one
Simply-
is Evangel, he says as he's looking towards the rest of them.
Yeah, there's 3 humans, and one of them is crunchy looking.
what?
Crunchy looking?
What?
Like
The
he's covered in
The
dirt and
hell?
red
crunchy
sand?
man, the crunchiest man you've ever seen.
Just
Oh.
straight up made of granola.
Ravigi, do you want to change your shape now?
What are you talking about?
Simply be black-blooded, and they just turn into a snake and slither up the stairs. That is my last, though. That is my last 3rd level. So
If
it's
this
my last
rifle was
transformation
loaded,
of the
I
day.
would have attempted to fire a shot. Anyway, yes, if I could get a simple daisy, that's fine. If not, it's also fine. I have something that I wish to do.
Simply in your head, simply become black-blooded.
So
Ping
while
in
this
your
has
head, get the
been,
fuck out of my head.
yeah, Evandril has conjured up a daisy and gives it to you.
Thank you. I know it was
And
an odd
Evandril doesn't.
request.
Evandril's a mute. I'm making the executive decision, so no one has to do a voice for them.
Hey, fair enough.
Oh yes, we saved on the animation budget by not having to move their lips.
I respect the decision wholeheartedly.
Just slither up the stairs.
I swear, if they try to slip
All
up in my
right,
room,
yeah,
we're
well,
gonna have a dead changeling.
Black-blooded is the name of Dark Knight subclass in Apostle Friday. That does sound like a cool name. I'm not gonna lie. I might keep that.
I too am gonna be getting some rest. So, yeah. As she, takes as Lucy goes off to get some shut eye, because oh my god, she needs her spells back.
Ricky's gotta go
Y'all
off to
need
his
your
room.
y'all need your supplies. Freaking.
Yeah, to do a specific thing. Actually, I don't think I'm sharing a room with anybody, am I?
Yeah, no, Max is just gonna head up back to the bar and get something to drink.
Okay.
From Emerald.
All right, as everybody just quiets down for the rest of the night, either by drinking or just doing something last minute, we could go ahead and move on to the next day.
Oh, I was
Long
gonna say
rest?
we gotta
Right.
try to. I was gonna try to talk to Gala in the night. I had a question for
Does
him.
that mean my point of
Gala?
exhaustion is gone now?
Yeah, Gala. I had one simple question I wanted to ask her because it's been bugging him.
Who's Gala?
The goblin.
Yeah,
that
the
died.
goddess of goblins.
Oh,
Got it.
Gala. Okay, I'm about to say I couldn't hear the. Okay, never mind. Yeah, what's your
Is
question?
my mic fucked up?
No, your mic's
No, I just
fine.
couldn't hear you.
Oh.
What was the question?
Well, is he able to get Gala to appear first?
Boo.
Oh, well, okay then. Just puts the daisy on the floor. I had a question for you, since you seem to be pretty observant with goblinoids.
Really? What gave it away?
Just shakes his head.
God damn it.
I somehow went from Frostnir to Light Terra very quickly, and it's been bothering me. So I was wondering maybe if you saw how that happened. I mean, I'm also
Shakes her
worried about
head.
other things, but
As far as I know, at least it could have been Belota who had you safely sail all the way over here, even though you're nothing more than a floating goblin on the wind.
I was more underwater, but yes.
But that's my best that's my best guess.
The other bit that I'm worried about is the whole black blood nonsense.
Well, luckily none of you seem to have been affected by it so far, except for, of course, the person who's from that place.
I grew from 4 foot to 6 foot. I wouldn't say I was exactly unaffected. Needless to say, I've noticed, you know, that. And recently we came across snakes and burnt their bodies and hailed that nasty shit. Not doing that again. I don't know. I just feel angry all the time.
You want to relax then?
He shakes his head. No, that's not gonna help. If anything, it just make things worse. I don't know. If I go not being myself, like I don't want to do, you'll, I don't know, you have a way of smacking me back into reality, right?
Again, do you need someone so that way you don't lose yourself?
I've been working on that. But
Doesn't hurt to say yes or no, you know?
I don't know exactly what you're asking.
I could just be here and just watch you for a second if that's what you're so worried about. I'm not trying to make an innuendo here.
Well, thank you. Yes, that would put me a little at ease.
All right then. Sure.
Thank you. He will, try his best to sleep.
Alrighty, and then now we'll go ahead and fast forward to the next day.
Going
Hooray.
to long rest.
Can I just
Yes. Long rest.
also
Sure
I
that worked.
gotta
It
tell
did.
Lucy
Yeah.
I gotta tell Lucy something.
What do you gotta tell her?
As they're sleeping tonight, they kind of curled up in a corner, and now they can see their skin is becoming more dotted with black veins.
You should really get that checked out.
They're asleep. They sleeping. Anywho, they will wake up like nothing's wrong.
Hmm. So you good?
Well, morning. What's
Yes,
So
morning
what's it,
indeed.
you gonna ask your question, or we're moving to the morning?
Yeah.
I assuming it was morning. Sorry.
Well, you said you were gonna ask a question. I was like, okay, go ahead and ask a question, unless you were gonna ask that like as we're progressing.
I didn't. Oh, I was just telling Lucy that they would see silver skin and black blood.
Well, that's not a question. That's a statement.
That's what.
That's a
All right.
statement.
I think that's what
My
you
friend,
meant
I
to
don't think you
say.
know how
I
a
might have.
question works.
All right. I might have. I flubbed my own words.
You flubbed your own words. It happens. But
yeah, they definitely look really fucked up sleeping right now.
Hi, welcome to
yeah,
Asking a
Lucy
Question
does
in the
genuinely
Fair.
ask you when you wake, like, you good?
Huh?
You had some weird stuff coming off of you last night.
I mean, I have weird stuff coming off of me all the time. What do you mean?
Okay, but no, I mean, like, you were kind of, I don't know how to describe it, tearing at the seams, I suppose? Is that normal for you?
It's side effects from my condition. I guess they're just getting a little worse now.
And there's, like, no cure for that?
At least not home, back home.
That's a little worrying.
Like I said before, you either die or you're essentially dead as something else.
Well, I'm not gonna let that slide.
I've I haven't so far found any cure yet, and I've already made peace with that I might not.
Well, if there's one place that I know where a cure could possibly be, it would have to be Naturia. It's just an assumption, though. I don't actually know if there's going to be a cure there for you. But I know, at the very least, that Naturia's got some, like, is full of medical people. Might be
Tons of
useful.
good herbal medicine.
Mhm.
They do not look convinced. Let's just get the day started. I don't feel like starting it talking about mortality. Unless it's
She
funny.
shrugs. Sometimes that's what you gotta talk about. At this point, I've gotten used to it.
Dun 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 dun.
Goddess to now woman.
She rolls her eyes. Yeah.
Just a question though.
Hmm.
Is it harder for changelings out here than in there?
If I'm being honest with you, I wouldn't know. Changelings, well, they could be practically anyone. Heck, I wasn't able to tell that a changeling had ended up locking me, Rafiki, Arya, and Beaker up. Wholeheartedly thought it was one of the family.
Wait, what?
Shows what I know about my own people.
Wait, what? I like that.
wait. Hold on. Rewind a bit.
Like, oh, yeah, right. So, we were doing something to help Beaker and to get back an important item from the family. And then we got knocked out by the item that was found and then locked up for a little bit by one of the family members, but it actually wasn't one of the family members. It was a changeling in disguise who wanted to steal our stuff and probably pawn it off or something like that. And well, we broke out, followed them down, caused a riot in the prison. That was pretty fun, and followed them out. Ended up finding the guy, nearly attacking him, and then they got captured, and we got clarification. Point being is, as I stated, changelings are hard to tell from how everyone else looks. So I wouldn't know how things are involving them around here. Or around anywhere else, anyways. I wouldn't be able to tell.
Maybe that Theo person had a point. Everyone's life sucks no matter where you go.
Yep. But hey, it's what you do with that life that matters, right? Make
Or
it count.
whatever. That's what I'm trying to do. Make the last few days at least feel like I mattered.
Hey, you matter. Remember that. As she gives a pat on the shoulder to you as she heads out the room.
Alright. Wake up, Arya.
Huh?
I I just jump onto the bed right next to her. Wake up.
Mm.
Wake up. They're just gonna start to roll her off the bed.
Why do you got a bottom? Ah, and she falls off.
It's You are way lighter than you look.
Well, yeah, I'm not really muscular. I'm more lean than anything because I dance.
Well, lean, mean, blue machine, we have a day to start. Like, I wasn't kidding. I want to break out those changelings because I feel they're gonna help us.
All right, then, sure. Can we at least just wake up and actually sit down for like a meal or something before we go?
Fine, let's get some breakfast and check if everyone else is up too.
Would Max had left the bar that night, or would he just be sleeping at the bar after like
He
a
would have.
hangover?
He would have left. He probably would have talked to Benny at some point in the night. Checked in, see what she did.
Speaking of which, actually, would you be awake at this time?
Oh, Max always gets up early.
Got you, Benny. Benny.
Benny's on that
Give him a
maid life. She's up at 5.
Benef.
Okay. What about you, Brevigi? You and Beaker? Well, Beaker doesn't sleep, so Beaker would always just. Beaker is just always watching. I could just.
Yeah, Rafiki is awake. He checks the room and then, goes. He's actually gonna probably knock on Max's door.
Oh well, there you go.
Come on in.
We could talk over breakfast, but sure.
Max is halfway through shaving. Can I help you?
You know about firearms, right?
I think I'm a little experienced. Why?
I have procured a rifle and wish to know how to use it. He just
Okay.
says that matter of factly.
Max picks up a towel and wipes off his face. Let me see it.
He shows you a Fargosian musket.
Yep.
Now, I'm gonna need some clarification from the DM. Is it actually a musket? Does it have the pipe loader, the steel balls, the
I don't know if it
fucking
has ammo, but it should probably have everything else that it needs.
Is it a
Just one.
top loading musket, or is it like a flintlock? Or a repeater? Or what are we working
It's
with
a,
here?
it's a repeat. You have a gun that you can reload, so it's a repeater.
When you can reload a musket, but that includes stopping for 45 seconds to
Yeah, the
jam the
musket.
ball down the thing.
This would be
Yeah.
one of those, yeah.
It's a musket? Oh my god. Okay.
Yeah, it does a 1d12 piercing damage.
Yeah, but you get to use it once per combat unless you want to spend this next 6 rounds of combat
It
doing
has
nothing.
loading, same as a crossbow.
Mm,
That's how it's written in the DMG. I'm sorry, bud.
I think that's a little silly, but we'll go with it.
I have deft
I
hands.
mean,
It's
I
okay.
could instead of a musket, I could just make it a rifle.
Make it a rifle, for God's sake.
Then he'll let me know
Then yeah, it's a rifle.
how the reload on that works.
Because muskets get one shot before you throw them away and stab someone.
Either way, I
Those-
will rename
Those
it
are
and
Civil
then
War
mess with
weapons.
it later.
And sorry, what are you looking to do here, Bavigi?
Learn how to use it.
All right.
You want to know what kind of rifle it is, or at least how I envision it to be?
Yes.
It's everybody's favorite, the M1 Grand.
Oh.
Ping!
Whoa.
God,
Okay.
I hope Bavigi gets grand thumb so fucking bad.
Damn.
I
You know,
want his thumb to get caught in it. I want him to be useless for a while. All right, come on. Meet me outside the city walls in 30 minutes.
Alrighty. I don't have ammo for this, though.
It's fine, I do.
He just kind of tilts his head. I'm not going to ask questions on how you have that.
Don't worry about it.
I was about to say, you got rifle ammo when you have a revolver?
Hey, you never know. You need to come strapped.
Stay strapped, get clapped.
I have the ability to make ammunition, and it does not take that long.
Okay,
That's like
true.
that's one of the things that Gunslinger gets is I can just make ammo. It doesn't have to be for my gun.
he knows
Bro,
how to
come
make
strapped.
ammo. He knows how to make guns.
You never know.
Me one gun.
Yeah. Be like, hey, if I come across a rifle in the field, you know.
Yes, and can we assume that I maybe have a pouch of 20 that I can give to Bravigi? I mean, I have not been tracking ammo, like, at all.
That's fine. I don't track arrows. I don't track ammo, so you're good.
Yeah,
Oh, okay.
I've got training bullets. They're
Me-
bullets, but we're going outside the city where it doesn't matter.
Me when the DM makes everyone's life easier and decides not to track bullets.
Or arrows.
Bro, you know how fucking long we'd be sitting here just for me to try and count how many shots were fired during a single round of combat? Stupid.
Or well, I track special arrows, but I don't track fucking rations or basic arrows or spell components. I'm not gonna make you go into town and buy a twist of licorice root so you can cast haste.
That is fair.
Sugar rush.
Yeah, you pop a root beer barrel in your mouth and you can move faster for 10 rounds of combat. That's stupid.
I'm fat as fuck, boy.
No, he's gonna meet Bravigi outside of town in about 30 minutes. He's in full kit.
Ravigi's always ready in full kit whenever he goes anywhere.
Well, that's because you're a nonsense person.
No, that's just because how he lives, man.
That's because you live a nonsense way of life.
It was stay strapped or get clapped.
Max is always strapped, but you don't need to be in full kit to stay strapped. It's fine. So you've never used a firearm before, have you?
I've used yours once.
Okay.
I didn't hit a damn
All right.
thing.
See that cactus out there? It's about 50 yards away.
Okay.
Brivigi, do you have this in your
I have it
roll
in my
20?
inventory.
Okay.
I pulled it from the
Set-
compendium.
Set the rifle against your shoulder. Deep breaths. Don't hold your shoulder tight. That's important.
Okay.
Breathe out. Squeeze the trigger. Don't pull it. Don't fucking yank on it. Just compress it slowly. Make it a motion. Do it as you exhale while you're looking down the sights. And fire.
Cap, are we using optional rules or just no? Not worry about that right now.
Let's not worry about that for now.
Okay. Because I was about to say rogues have a thing where if we don't move, we can do steady aim.
That really doesn't matter in this case. You're hitting a non-moving target anyway.
Yeah. Go, Flargosian rifle, go. Damn. 19.
Lucky first shot. Well, you
There
hit.
you go.
I mean, you don't need to roll damage, but you hit it.
Yeah. I did it for funsies. Also, fuck, I just remembered, yeah, you get sneak attack on things that are still ranged. Holy shit.
You do.
I forgot to toggle that off. My bad. But yeah. He shoots the cactus.
All right. Try to shoot 3 in a row.
Okay. Takes a moment to breathe. Remembers what he's told, and here we go. 1. Jesus, a 19. 2, 17. 3, that was the worst one by far, which is a 3. So 2 out of 3.
Not bad. You tensed up a little bit on that last one. You need to center yourself, focus yourself. They're coming towards you, not the other way around. You have time to aim up the shot.
Noted.
And he pulls out his pistol and doesn't look at the shot he's taking. And barely hits it. Barely fucking hits it.
Are you trying to be cool?
I think
And
on
actually-
I think on a stationary object, a 10 is a good DC.
It is. That's all objects.
So let's imagine this cactus like a tall what's the fucking name of the super tall
Saguaro?
cactus?
Saguaros.
Saguaro, yep.
On cactus, baby.
Long cactus. Cactus the long way. Anyway, gotta push way out here. Also, Max teaching guns. Okay, have a go on, Benny.
So yeah.
Sleep tight.
Sleep well.
Good night. Anyway, because I'm about to lose my train of thought. So imagine this cactus. Bervigi managed to get to Max first thing next time if allowed. Been meaning to talk to that boy.
Boy. Sorry.
I mean, wait, no. Stag was here later,
Yes.
so Stag wasn't here, knowing that I had to start with Ink since Ink was where I left off last time.
Yeah.
Anyway,
I also kind of want to talk to Benny before, like, he went up to the bar and that's what the goal there was, but we went to the next morning. That's fine.
okay, sorry.
They'll
That
have
was my
to.
bad.
They can do it in one of the RP rooms later. You okay?
But we were talking about saguaros.
Yeah. So you shoot off some of the tiny ones, and Max, you eventually shoot off one of the bigger arms of the saguaro. And both of you look pretty proud of yourself. You, the teacher, him, the student. And then all of a sudden, you hear what it sounds like well, Max, you would know what it sounds like, a machine gun behind you as it literally starts just decimating the cactus in front of you.
Duck and roll.
And you, yep,
No,
duck and
my
Wait,
you don't know where those.
cactus red.
hold on. Do we need to change the music?
Yeah.
No,
When the
no.
Bravigi's gonna get out of the way and look towards where the fuck that's coming from.
As the two of you dodge out of the way with guns in each of your hands, behind you you see a tiefling with Max like you, but you've met this tiefling before, of course. Her and her more than snappy attitude with her metallic arm
Oh, is this one of the
with a
guards?
gun with a gun propped
Oh shit, my
on the
glasses.
forearm.
Oh, well, it's lovely to see you again.
Yeah,
Hell kind of gun was that?
wish I could say the same for you. And the gun immediately holsters itself inside her arm.
oh, she's a cyborg.
Yeah, so is Max. He just hasn't had a chance to use that hidden gun yet.
Do you actually have a hidden gun?
Yes, we designed it with the arm.
Go, hidden Derringer, go.
I was just testing if you remember.
Of course I remember.
Okay,
I
good. Vash
designed
the
that arm.
Stampede. Okay, Vash the Stampede.
Damn, called out.
Damn, the Trigun? Holy shit.
No,
He
it's
might
not
as well be,
Trigun.
except he's not a pacifist. That's the only difference.
Well, it depends on your definition.
Imagine if I had that fucking 80-yard long sniper. And then I turned invisible, but the gun didn't. For some fucking reason, that.
Are you
Oh,
talking
hi,
about that one
Remy.
episode?
Thank you for the red.
Are you
Yeah,
talking about
well,
that one episode with the guy that was just carrying that sniper with the long ass barrel?
yeah, and then he turns invisible and the gun fucking doesn't?
Was it the
Yeah,
one with
that's
like
what I'm
15
talking about.
bipods on it?
Yes!
That was so fucking ridiculous.
It was so fucking stupid. But anyway, we're getting sidetracked. So like, just decided to take a stroll out of town when I overheard the commotion with the gunshots.
It was a training exercise.
Training my young friend here.
I see you have one of my newest models,
Yeah.
though I don't remember giving you any one of them.
He shrugs. Well, is there got to be a problem?
Honestly, I have too much on my plate for me to even think about any sort of proper ownership. So, no. I'll just leave it at B for now.
The chain gun is impressive. A little bit overkill, though.
I don't know. I see some of the things that roam in this desert, and I don't think it's overkill.
See, he gets it. As she goes ahead and brings it back out. But this time she pulls on a lever to which it starts to let out steam. So basically, it's like a cooling effect. So
And
that way it doesn't overheat.
Yeah, it's steaming, and he just looks at her because I imagine she folded it out of her metal arm.
Yeah.
It's like, you should probably do that before you fold it back in.
Bravigi. That's fashion over form. Well, you need to remember, it only takes one.
I was just saying, if it's obviously steaming, it can't be comfortable to have in your arm.
I just wanted to show that, you know, the next time we cross, or if either one of us gets crossed, I wouldn't be so against a little gunfight. That's all. Especially after I saw that it was you of all people.
Only one needs to land.
He just kind of looks between them.
Between the two of us.
Between the
better
two of
aim.
them, and be like, and then he's got to look at the lady and be like, I don't know what's going on here, but if you're gonna start shooting each other, I'm gonna step over here.
No, I have no intention to shoot Miss
Gale.
Oh, Gale. I was gonna say Gala or Angela. There's too many fucking close names for me to remember.
Well, you don't know Gala. I mean, you know the guy, but you never met Gala. You only know, you know.
Like Bravigi hasn't fucking bragged, that little whore.
I haven't bragged about Gala, actually. I kept that one a secret.
I'm about to say
Um,
everybody out
The
of
only one
character
that
knows that
knows
Bravigi
is
fucks.
yeah. The only one that knew
I
was
know,
possibly
I'm just
Lucy.
talking shit. No. I have no interest in killing Gale. She's a minor character to me. I don't even think about her at all.
Damn.
And she's a
Sausage.
tiefling.
Yep, she's a tiefling,
What color?
but she's
tiefling?
mostly she is missing from the same side of her body one arm, one leg. The other forearm also has a metallic attachment to it, but it's not a complete how do I put this?
She's the Max antithesis?
I guess.
He's
I
also
guess.
missing one arm and one leg.
She's mirrored. She's
Okay,
missing the other arm and
do
leg.
you actually want to? Okay, what's funny is that like when I was creating this character, and I actually do have art that's being made of this character because
YOLO.
she is my Gemini representation. The artist that I'm working with, I did not expect them to have them have one metallic arm and one metallic leg, and have it be an exact reflection off of Max, because I wasn't thinking about that at the time. Because all I told them was like, look, just think about someone who is always pissy, a really good mechanic, and yeah, just go along with that. You have full input. And she
Yeah,
gave me back.
she's my cowgirl ex-wife from the first Fatebreakers.
Oh,
Ain't that a throwback?
Was that an actual thing? I don't even remember because it was so
No,
long
no,
ago.
it
was.
was. It
No,
was.
And fucking ink ate her soul. Do you not remember this?
Yeah, I
Yeah,
fucking
that was a
died.
major thing that happened
It
too.
was the thing that happened. That was my first girlfriend, my ex-wife, and ink fucking ate her soul.
It was
jeez.
one of the.
Oh, okay. Now I
What's crazy is
remember.
that looking back upon it, that was like one of the more tamer things that happened in OG Fatebreakers.
Wasn't
Yeah.
that
Yeah.
wasn't that the person that you and me were trying to think about before we started off this new campaign, Neko? Because you remember we were trying to figure out like things for Max about that.
Mm.
Fuck, her name
Yeah,
was
I
like
never.
Rebecca or something. And she
I
was
I remember I drew her too, which is crazy, but I don't remember her name
Yeah.
either. Who knows? Maybe it'll come back at some point, or the name will come back to me. I mean, who knows?
Anyway, Ravika's just standing here, just observing this lady.
Look, hun. Real cool gun and all. Don't know how practical it is.
So is it just like, you have to unload all of it, or can you like short controlled bursts? How's that thing work?
Just feeds off of my my natural firepower. I mean, I am an artificer.
Neat.
Though the
You know,
more
Gal.
special one. Oh, go ahead.
You know, Gal. I'd love to take a look at those designs. I'm somewhat of a craftsman myself. I've designed a few things, and I don't see where we have to be antagonists to one another. You're clearly a adept artificer.
Well, to be fair, I have no personal vendetta against you. I just don't like when someone tries to freaking talk over me, let alone get me late for my next business meeting.
Well, I don't particularly care when someone tries to talk over me or have a business meeting with someone that I consider undeniably evil, but
The eyebrow raise going on right now.
look, it's a good design. I'm a big fan.
Flattering.
Oh, I try.
And try what?
Oh, to be flattering.
Real suave.
Anyway.
So we're not
Well,
violating any laws or anything?
I ain't a law keeper. I just decided to cut in. That's all.
Oh. Okay.
Anyway, enjoy the gun. Better put it to some good use.
I plan to. Why else would
Any
I be
chance I
learning
can
how to
see
use it?
any chance I can see the designs for that one?
Oh, I had a question before we go. As Max is asking about the design.
Yeah, like
No,
Max takes the opportunity to flip out the pistol in his arm. Had this designed for me, but could always use improvements.
maybe on better terms, I might consider sharing things with you, but at the current rate,
Is this not building better terms?
I'm still a bit peeved. And plus, it's only been a day. Your face still irks me.
So let me take you out to dinner.
Whoa.
Oh wait, well, what?
Ree's like, huh?
He making his chat. He's moving. Chat. He's moving.
What?
Here I was asking if I could put a telescope or something on this thing so I could see further.
Respectfully, Maxilon, I don't swing your direction.
Oh,
It's a
Youch.
dinner. Nothing more.
I mean, so long as you're fine if I invite Angela and Skylar over, then.
Feel free. I always love higher company.
Ree's just kind of looking at the two.
I mean, Angela's the one that really runs our operation, has the business underneath her name, so really,
I know, and
man,
I've met Angela before. We've met at parties.
you met Skylar before,
My bad.
I'm actually curious to
which
know.
I'm not surprised considering that she's the one that basically is the face. I'm the one. Me and Angela do most of the work. Skylar sketches it out as our architect, but also is the one that gives us the publicity, good
Well, I
looks, and
used
all
some
that.
of Skylar's designs for the Zoroaster Manor. I think we have common ground here. I don't think we have to be enemies.
Correction, she made one of the first blueprints, but then you had someone else that was more of a family friend finish your entire estate. That Boventor lad, whatever his name was.
Somewhere in the distance, there's a laugh.
Okay, let the past be in the past. I'm saying we move forward. Yes? You invite Skylar and Angela. We make a deal of it all. Ravigi, are you in?
I wouldn't mind meeting new people.
See, you got my lad here.
Hi.
All right, seems fair enough. Fine. But just know that, you know, still gonna hold my opinions.
Well, I hope I
Oh,
made a first good impression.
no, don't hold any of that against young Ravigi here. He's a fantastic lad. If you hold any reservations, hold them against me.
All right then. Well, and she goes ahead and tosses you over well, not toss, but like flings you over a little business card.
Nice.
It's someplace the three of us will be meeting for our anniversary together, not just as a business, but also as romantic partners.
Ricky tilts his head. More than one?
Don't be bigoted, Ravigi.
No, I'm not. I don't know how that works.
You
Just
do realize Cervantes has the other four underneath his bed, right? That
What?
is a thing. You do realize, right?
okay. Having a harem isn't the same thing as being in a throuple.
Yeah,
I don't
he's
even know what a throuple
flunk
is.
you. He got you there, Cap.
Either way, totally
That
new concept to my brain. Thank you for that. I was just gonna ask about modifications to the weapon, but considering that can be discussed later.
Yes, later.
Like out of character, Ravigi, if you want to scope on it, I can do that. Like you don't have to rely on NPCs. I have those skills.
I'm just trying to get a rapport with them, Max.
he's
I said out of character. I did say that.
I know. I was. I accidentally referred to you in character. I was saying
It
it out of
happens.
character, but yes.
If that is the end of the scene, I'm going to bed.
All right.
All right.
fucking-
Have a good night, buddy.
I will be going back to help Ink's endeavors now.
Yeah, we need you to take on like 10 guards at once.
You
All
need
right.
me to open the door.
Yeah, but you're about the only one who actually fights.
I think this might be a good time to end
End the
things.
session? Yeah.
Yeah,
I
only
figured.
because at number one it's getting late, and number two I could tell some people are getting tired, and I need to plan a jailbreak, and I need to plan well, number one, a conversation between Benny and Max, as well as a more than awkward dinner with Max, Pervigi, and the trio.
Whomever else wants to show up.
Bring all your friends. It'll be a party.
I'll
Igor shows
invite
up.
somebody.
How did he get here?
He's really, really fucked up his teleportation.
Does anyone really want to look at the concept art for again?
Yes.
These tieflings or demons are my personal self inserts.
You said concept art. I immediately said yes.
When are you gonna let me kiss the demons?
When
Whenever
we
they
actually
don't
get
want
to a
kill
good
you.
point where they're not pissed off of everybody.
They're just wanting to be pissed off.
All
Well,
right.
yeah, they're demons.
Anybody got any raid
They're
recommendations?
not even demons.
You do realize that in Flargos, anger is the most common of emotions, right? And you do realize that in actual D&D lore, not just in this campaign, but in actual D&D lore, anger is a common emotion and more than expressed emotion amongst the Devilkin, right?
Are they devil?
Me when angry.
It's because they're outcasted.
Are they devils or are they demons?
Okay, well, in my lore, like my OC's lore for like my VTube stuff, they're demons, but in D&D, they're devilkin. That's what that's what tieflings are.
Yeah.
I'll be honest. I like having the distinction between them. Just
Fuck, Jimmy.
A
because
demonkin, for example, would probably be like the orcs Toruk, I believe.
my favorite demon's the gorilla one. Because it's just a gorilla. That's
I think
all
I know
it.
which one you're talking about.
Yeah, I love that one. Anywho, my point remains they choose to be angry. I didn't do nothing wrong in that arena fight, and you know it. They just want to be pissy because I'm
You were going to
fucking.
kill somebody. That was the
I
You
only
was.
were
rule
going to
you were
kill
told
somebody.
not to
That's not.
break.
All right, who tattled?
No one had
That's
to
It's
tattle. It
her.
was
It's
clearly
no one
seen.
tattled. It's her. It's her arena. You
Yeah.
wouldn't think that she would actually be there.
Oh man,
my
we're gonna
point
piss
is,
her off so bad.
here's my point, and this is important. How would she know that? How would she know that? It's more of an assumption she's choosing to make.
I don't know. Maybe because somebody was like frantically laughing at themselves and like slowly going insane and shit.
To be fair,
I guess-
that would be kind of common in Flargos.
Yeah, that's very common in Flargos. She chose to profile. Oh, you were gonna kill someone based
Like
on what,
profiling isn't
bitch?
also like profiling isn't also common in Flargos.
Yeah, exactly. I'm just saying,
Anyways,
I'm in the right.
does anybody have a
Anyway,
raid
shut the
target?
fuck up.
Just admit
Anyway,
it.
I'm gonna post this in the OC. This is the first concept art, and this is what I mean. Like, okay, she doesn't have a gun, but you see on her arms that she has metallics,
Oh,
and
her
her
name is
horns are
Gemini?
metallic. Her name is not Gemini. Her name is Gale. But
Okay.
my artist is just listing them off of the zodiac signs, just so we can make a list.
Gotcha.
Hmm.
Alrighty.
We ended
Okay,
session
okay.
0 because it's late.
Skip
I'm
it.
gonna see about a raid target real quick. If you have any,
Right.
post it in OC.
I got more.
I'm going to
If you want to
definitely.
look at them.
Alrighty, sorry, they get a little sidetracked from each other. Let's see who we're going to go raid. My glasses have been perma-smudged, it feels like. Please send help. Man, everybody be playing that new game Oblivion. See if I can find somebody I haven't raided in a while. Quite a few people here. I'm going to send you guys off to a more comedy time with, let's see here, with Belchy Goblin. They're playing Schedule 1, which is gonna be a fun game to watch, if you know anything about it. Thank you all who came out to watch. I appreciate you. You are all amazing. Please stay amazing. And we have some fun things coming down future pipelines, especially in May. So keep an eye out for that.